Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing some decoupaging. I know I've done one recently and I had meant for this one to be part of Seven Plaza's ABC April 2025, but unfortunately I didn't get it filmed in time to be put up, get it filmed and put up, but I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway because I'd already planned on filming it and I got all my supplies out. So basically going to decoupage everything. So I grabbed a handful of pieces like file folders, wooden tags, flashcards, some glacine, glacine envelopes. These are some envelopes I got from the Dollar Tree, some bingo cards, of course, and some jumbo playing cards. So we are going to decoupage these. And I even brought up my die if we need to cut some more file folders. We will. That's going to be part of F file folders. And we'll be doing those as well for the series. And then we have, which is coming up on Monday. This is the Sunday before. So I'm going to film that as well today. And then I'm going to try to film just so I can keep caught up. Because my day job is very, very busy. And it leaves me very little time during the week now to be able to film. So just so you guys know, from here on out, I will be filming when I can. And try to go ahead and release those things on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for the future. I will do my best, I promise. But I want to thank you guys all for watching, and I want to thank a few of you guys for your comments. Thank you guys so much, Carmen and Scott K. I appreciate you guys watching and leaving a comment. You guys know that's the best way to help our channel expand. And on that note, we have reached another milestone. We are at 400 subscribers. Again, not a lot, but to me that's huge. I never thought when I started this channel, I was like, well, you'll see what happens, but it's been about a year and we got to 402 as of yesterday. So thank you to all my new subscribers. Thank you for my subscribers who have been here from the beginning and watching me go through this, I don't want to say journey because it sounds corny, but it is kind of a journey, isn't it? Like the way I've progressed from when I first started to my skill level now is night and day. I've even gotten to where some of the things that I put in my Etsy store I've actually taken down because they're just not at the level that I've reached as of today. So I don't want, I want you guys to get the best quality in my store, or what I'm capable of. So on that note, there are some new things that are going to be coming to the store. I am going to be re-upping the inventory for the mini junk journals that you guys really seem to like. Also re-upping the inventory for the bigger blank journals that you guys really seem to like. I'm also going to be adding two larger versions of the mini blank junk journals that come in shabby and grungy. I'm going to be making a 5x7 that's done with their normal style with a little flip in the button closure. And then I'm going to be making another one that's just coffee dyed paper that comes with folders built inside the inside and inside the front and the back covers. So we're going to be adding those. Also going to be adding, I'm doing some shipping tags. So we're going to be adding some more smaller pieces like ephemera, tags, file folders, mini booklets and stuff that we're going to be making on video. And then we're going to put those up in the store. Okay? So like I said, today is all about D, and it's supposed to go in the, like I said, hashtag ABC April 2025 series. But unfortunately, I didn't get mine up on D-Day, and I also missed E-Day. So, but I'm going to go ahead and do this because I already had my stuff out, and I will tag it ABC April 2025, but from here on out, I'm going to make sure to do mine on the day of the letter. So I'll be filming a lot today so I can get a little bit ahead for the week, and also hopefully my plan is to get through A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and I this week, or this weekend, or really today. So those will be ready for the week to post on the days of those letters. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I will put in the description below the hashtag, how to get to the calendar for the ABC April 2025 challenge, and also the prompt list. I'll put that below. Also, a link to Seven Plaza's Kofi site, and check her site out. There's a lot of freebies there that she's generously given for us. She even commented on one of my videos. Did I tell you? Oh my God, I was so starstruck. I was like, oh my God, Seven Plaza made a comment on my acetate, day A is for acetate video. I was just like giggling, oh my God. Somebody like Seven Plaza to leave a comment on my channel is oh, it's a big deal. That'd be like, oh, I don't know, somebody like, who do I love? as far as like an actor. Oh God, I'm still just so getting starstruck. I can't even think right now. But she said that she was happy that we liked her Gothic architecture digitals. Love them. You guys have got to go check those out. They are beautiful, and she even offers a freebie for those as well. Like, she does all of her digitals. She always offers a freebie. She's so generous. And I'll put all that information below in the description. So, decoupaging. Like I said, I just grabbed everything. Well, not everything, but a bunch of different things that we can decoupage. There are some of these had different techniques, I think, than others do. So we'll put on the decoupage or the tissue or whatever we're going to use, and then show you how to get it off. And then, if we have time, we'll decorate some if we can. Okay? So, let's put these over here. Got my glue book. You'll need a glue book or something to glue on, because you will be using, or I use to do this, glue stick. You can also use a PVA glue with paintbrush and just paint it on. Or you can use, like, what do they call it? A matte medium would also work as well. I prefer to use glue stick. So that's why I have my glue book out. So some of the ones that we're going to use, these are TIm Holtz. I don't remember the name of them, but they're some of his tissue papers that we will, collage papers, that we'll use these. And we're also going to be using different types of napkins that I have. So I went through my napkin stash and pulled out these guys. I think they're so cute. This one's like really my favorite right now. It's a Parisian type of collage napkin. So we'll use those. And I think I have a few others that I might pull out. I might even pull out some of my Halloween napkins just because I love them so much, that I got from Joann's. Oh, Joann's. Take a moment of silence for Joann's, everybody. And unfortunately, I missed most of the sales, but by the time I got there, everything was picked over as far as paper crafting is concerned. And, you know, I was really sad about that. So, I guess now we have to settle for, you know, Hobby Lobby and their lack of selection. And Michael's, which tries. At least the Michael's close to me has a lot of the TIm Holtz ink and the distress stuff. So that's good. But I guess not online and whatnot. But I used to remember, I know I'm getting all gushy about Joann's, but I really am bummed still about Joann's. I don't know about you guys, but I am totally bummed out about it all. And it was my happy place. So if anybody from Joann's ever watches this, or knows somebody who worked at Joann's, just know that we loved you guys, and we really, I know everybody in the community would say that they are super, super upset that you guys are going. You guys are a staple in the community in my eyes. From everything that you had for every hobby, and you weren't just like some stores have gone more home decor, but you guys were a hobby store, and the paper crafters loved you. And the yarn selection, the paper selection, the fabric selection, the little tidbits, the whole TIm Holtz section you guys put there, Heidi Swap section, from paper making to card making to, everything. Everything I needed, I could always find at Joann's. So I thank you guys so much for the time that we had together, and I'm going to move on before I get all gushy. Okay, moving on. What are we going to do first? Let's try playing card. So I don't know if this is big enough. This is just big enough to cover one. So what I'm going to do, just because it is super glossy, and I want to make sure that this stuff sticks. So what I do is I do take sandpaper over anything super glossy like this, so that the paper has something to grab onto. Otherwise, more often than not, in my experience, the paper will slide off and it won't stay attached, even if you try to glue it, right? So, doing that to this one, and we'll go ahead and do it to the other playing card that I have we're going to use. Sorry if I'm shaking the camera a little bit. I'm sorry for the noise if this bothers anybody. Please mute until you see me stop doing this. Ugh, dust. Alrighty. Now let's pick, I'm going to pick this one right here. The first one we're going to go for. And I'll put these to the side. And how do I do this? Well, for me, I just take my glue book here. And I'm going to take my glue stick, finish up this one here. Still got a little bit left in it. And then we just cover the whole piece with the medium you're using, whether it's glue stick or PVA glue or collage medium, whatever. Make sure you cover it really well, especially around to the edges. Yes? Okay. Cover that up. Take this off here, put this to the side. Then we're going to take the piece that we're going to use, and I'm going to use this really beautiful garden scene here, and we're going to let it just fall naturally on top there, and then from the center out, I push down the paper. Try to avoid wrinkles, but wrinkles aren't all necessarily a bad thing. They actually look really nice on when you're decoupaging, so I don't mind the wrinkling. If it bothers you, just make sure to push from the center out, or even pick up the paper a little bit if you have to, and resettle it down to get rid of the wrinkle. Now, we'll let that one dry just a little bit, and we'll do the second one. 7 of spades. Again, making sure we get all the way to the edge, yeah? And up and down the middle. I'm always super careful to make sure I get the edges because we don't want that pulling up. And the glue I'm using is Scotch Permanent. I believe this used to be the same thing as, or I think it's the same thing as the Create that they had, but I don't see that label anymore. Anytime I've ordered Create, this is what they sent me, is this. So I'm assuming it's about the same. I'm assuming it's the same. All right, here's the next one off the top of my pile. We'll use this one here. And again, just let it fall naturally down. There we go. And then push out from the center. Okay, all right, now to remove the excess, you can do one of two things. You could, of course, always use your scissors to cut that off, right? And just, you know, cut off the pieces. Or you can use sandpaper, which is what I use, and you just rub it on the edge, which is what we're gonna do. You can also use water. I've seen some artists take like a paintbrush and at the edges, and that will dissolve the tissue paper, and the edge will just fall right off. So whatever you have, what's convenient for you, what works for you, of course. Use that. And for me, the sandpaper idea works because it kind of like it also evens out the paper, and I haven't got to worry about cutting the card or whatever I'm decoupaging underneath it, like I do with the scissors. And this, you see, it just pulls it right off like that. It's nice even edge. Real simple. Like I said, this is what I prefer. Right off. Makes it a nice even edge. Like so. And it just takes off the paper for you. Now, you're more than welcome to fast forward if you don't want to watch me do this part. But this is pretty much the base of the exercise. It's just putting on the decoupage and letting it sit and dry. And then you go back and decorate it if you want. Or you can leave them as bases, which we're probably going to do with most of these. And go back and decorate them when you're ready to use them, right? So this edge is a little bit sloppy, so let me clean that up. There you go, see? And you flip it over if there's any sloppy pieces. Just run your sandpaper over it again. It'll take it right off. All right, here's one. Pretty, right? Easy peasy. I was actually really intimidated by decoupage at first, and now that I'm doing it, I don't know why. It's so simple and such an easy and beautiful way to add to your ephemera stash and use up those cards and those pieces of, you know, that you had laying around, playing cards, flashcards that I know we all have tons of that we find at thrift stores and whatnot. But an easy way to decorate those, and you know, bingo cards, mini file folders that we cover, anything that we die cut. Grab some tissue paper or old napkins and go to town. And you got some beautiful bases. Tags even, I've got some tags that we could do. But it's really easy and beautiful, simple decoration for your ephemera, your embellishments. Here's a question I want to know. Embellishments versus ephemera. What's the difference? Hopefully that's not a stupid question. I do get confused on the way it's used, those two words are used by different YouTubers and different creators. They seem to be kind of one and the same for me. But if you know, share that in the comments. What's the difference between an embellishment and a piece of ephemera? Isn't it the same? I mean, hopefully you don't think I'm stupid for asking that question. But I've seen it used interchangeably, those words, interchangeably in videos. And then, you know, how I've like ranted before about people jumping on other creators about not using terms properly. So, if you guys know, share it with the group. Okay, so there's two we did using TIm Holtz. Let's do a bingo card. Two bingo cards. Now you also don't have to cover the whole piece with whatever you're using to decoupage with. So let's do one. We're just going to cover part of it. Okay, and how about we use some scraps that I had from this bundle of napkins got left over that I want to use. Let's use some of these. Let's use them as pieces that we can put on. So let's see. This is like, well, that'd be cute. Let's put that right down the side. Let's try that. So it looks like it came about right there. And if you don't get it far enough on, you can always lift up the piece and then put some more glue down and make it even, right? But, oop, just got a little piece of something dangling off the back here. Let's pull that off. That's stuck. And this one, I want to hold those words on it. So I'm going to carefully put this one on. Oh, that looks cool. See what I'm talking about? If you didn't get enough glue to the edge and you want to use the whole piece, just lift up your napkin and then add some more glue. Keep doing that until you get the whole piece down. Yeah? Easy peasy. There's a little wrinkle, but I don't mind the wrinkles. Personally, I don't. Okay, a little more here. I think we got it all down. See how super easy this is? Super, super easy. Yeah? Alright, looks like I might need a little bit of glue right there. Are we good? No, we're good. Okay. Let that one sit for just a second. And this one, how about we use a whole piece? And I will cut, this napkin is cool because it has the same image on all 4 squares. So I don't have to worry about destroying another part of the napkin. I just cut it in 4s. Like that. If you have your using napkin, you just want to separate your main image piece from however many layers of the white tissue that there are. And you can keep or not keep this. I do not because I have so much of it. I don't normally keep it. Anywho, so now we decide which part of the napkin. I want that Eiffel Tower to be there. So we're going to use this piece and I'm going to cover the whole bingo card with this one. I've used this before. If you guys saw my bingo and buttons video that I just did recently for the ABC April 2025 challenge, I used this particular napkin a couple of times doing my bingo cards. I'm kind of in love with this napkin right now, just because of the collage work on it already, and it just looks so beautiful. It's a decoupage, and I got it off Temu. Isn't that just pretty? I love how it's collaged already. The beautiful lettering, so the address right there in Paris, Eiffel Tower, nice beautiful border. The blue is a beautiful color, of course, to go with it because it's French. Okay, there's 2 bingo cards. Put our scraps to the side. Let me come back and use those again. I'm not guaranteeing I won't reuse those again. I just love that napkin. Alright, and then we take our sandpaper and just sand off the edges. Yeah. Get off my fingers. Okay. That's me rounding the corners a little bit. And there we go for one. Nice, yeah? And then let's see how this one turned out with the entire image. Well, not the entire image, but the entire card covered. Oops, I got stuck on my finger. Oh no. You know what? That's okay. We're gonna leave it. It's fine. A little bit of glue over the top and smush it back down. No big deal. That does not bother me that much at all. Just be careful with that if you have glue on your fingers as you're holding them, that you don't pull the top of your napkin off. Okay, now we have 2 bingo cards done. And we could also turn this into a mass make, kind of deal. Just grab a whole bunch of pieces, like like I did, and just decoupage all of them, and then you have a big mass make of decoupage stuff, right? These are, like I said, let me tidy up these little strands here. Now, these 2 envelopes are coin envelopes. I know a lot of us grabbed them when they came into the Dollar Tree. I grabbed everything my Dollar Tree had. There's 3 sizes. This one, there's another long, narrow one, but I just grabbed these 2. And what we're going to do is decoupage the whole thing. I'm actually going to cut this top off because I don't use the flap when I do these decoupage. That's just me. So I'm going to cut the flap off, and we're going to decoupage this part. So I use them more as pockets versus envelopes. When I'm doing decoupage especially, and then you can always put a notch in it after it's dried, of course. And there you go. So I'm going to use this side that doesn't have the seams on it to decoupage, and we are going to use another TIm Holtz one. Just kind of randomly grabbing pieces. And I think, do we want the more numbers on it like that, or do we want all this script? I think I want to use this script. Yeah. Oh, wrong piece. And again, just keep covering. So I'm not going to keep repeating the instructions. I mean, you guys get it, right? And we'll just have a play, chat, I guess. See how many of these we can get done in an hour or so. Let's see how far are we along right now. We're about 22 minutes in, so let's just see how many we can get done and turn this kind of into a mass make too, right? Because, put more pieces in your stash. Here we go. Trying to make sure I stay in frame. You guys know how bad I am about that. Okay, stuck my fingers. Make sure my fingers are a little bit drier this time before I handle everything. Let's grab another piece here. Try to get it on straight. Pretty, pretty. Be careful when you're doing envelopes because you don't want to open up the side of the envelope if you're using sandpaper like I am, right? So I'm a little bit more careful when I'm sanding these because I don't want to open up the envelope and then have a big hole that I've got to glue back down. But if you do, of course you can fix it. You can always just glue it back down, right? So what else is going on with me? So my AC is still broken and it is hot. If any of y'all live in Georgia, I know a lot of you do. Girls, it is hot. Oh, gentlemen too, if you guys are here. It is hot. Right, today is a reprieve. It's supposed to rain. So we got a little bit of a reprieve, but last night my poor daughter, my daughter does not deal with heat very well. She gets heat exhaustion very simply, easily, heat sick. And she's probably gonna have to go stay at her grandparents until this AC gets fixed. And of course, they don't know when it's going to get fixed. They have to order a new circuit board. Apparently, while they were fixing it, every time they tried to fix it, it would short out the fuse. So I am going to film as much as I can before it gets too hot. Like I said, right now it's Sunday and it's overcast, so it's kind of cool outside. So I've got all the windows open, the fans running. So pray for us that we get our AC fixed soon, because it's going to get hot again really soon. Okay, but anyway, so here's this one pocket. Cute, right? I would wait for it to dry a little bit more before I did any notch cutting on that. And again, be very ginger with your sandpaper as you're doing it against another piece of paper like this. There we go. And then we can also, with all these pieces and scraps, we can do like a collage on a collage decoupage. So we can use up our scraps without throwing those away, right? Which I think we'll do with these scraps. There's a lot of them. Big pieces we can use. So yeah, there's the AC issue. What else is going on? My poor kitties. I mean, they've got to be hating it. They're covered in fur for crying out loud, you know? So, they're all sitting on the patio right now, I think, or they were earlier. It's nice and cool. Okay, here's another pocket we got. All done and ready to go. Alright, how about we do some mini file folders. Now, these I cut out using TIm Holtz's vault die. Now, I've shown you guys before how to do these by hand. I won't do that today because I just grabbed a stack of stuff. It's already done. But, yeah, we can do another video. I think I'll do that for F. We'll do file folders, and I'll show you how to cut them with and without dies. How about that? And how about we use pieces and just do this one as a collage type of thing, right? That'd be fun. Now, I'm only going to put it on this front part here. Almost out of this glue. Finally, open it, there we go, stick. Okay, so we got the glue on. Oops. Careful how to do that. Alright, I'm gonna need another glue page here in a second. Now, these will kind of warp a little bit because of the glue. Don't worry about that, you can always flatten them out. But let's do like a little collage and use up these pieces. So, I'm just gonna lay on top here. Here's some pieces. This actually might fit all of this. Not quite. Then the pieces that are laying over, I'm just going to put a little glue on the top here and on them and let them lay down flat on top, right? And we need another piece. How about... There's another piece here. Will that be big enough? Not quite. So we'll do like this here, and then let me see what else we got. Another piece down here at the bottom. Oh, it's sticking to my fingers. And looks like we need one more piece right here. We'll use this New York piece here. Okay, and I don't want that all to overlap, so let's just see what's lifting up. Put some glue on there. Push it down. Like so. I'm just putting it directly on the tissue paper and pushing it down. I think I got all of it. Yeah, looks like we did. Okay. Okay. And here's another piece. We'll let this one dry. Let's do a file folder with everything intact. So here's some numbers. This will look cool, I think. And it'll reach right across the width. We won't have the sandpaper off as much. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to get a new glue sheet. We'll just fold this one closed and use it as a tag base or something later, so we don't waste it, right? I'm just going to glue this one down like so. And that's a good base for something later. And it's nice and sturdy. Okay, put it over there. Get another page. Let's clean off some of this stuff here. I think that glue stick is done. Time for a new one. Okay. Let's do this side. Lane, is it nicer and cool outside? Is it cooler outside? Yeah, good. I should open up my bedroom window somewhere. Maybe it'll get like a from the front to the back of the house kind of deal going. It's opened a little bit because of those chests that are in the way. I need to get to like move the chest and open up more. Sorry guys, I was talking to my daughter about opening up more windows. Oops, looks like I got a little bit of yucky stuff right there. Got the prints starting to stick to my fingers. Okay, now let's hold that down and see if we can get this on here evenly. Might be some wrinkles in it, but I don't mind those. Okay. A couple wrinkles, but I don't mind those. I kind of think it adds to it a little bit if you get them in there. And you can always purposely put them on there too, you know? Why not? That'll look cool. Alright, let's do one more while those dry, and I'll sand those in a minute. Alright, I hope you guys are having fun. I love this stuff. This is so much fun. You can create so much really quickly and really get your stash going. I saw this piece in the stack of tissue paper that I got from TIm Holtz. Look at that. How cute is that? It's going to be so cute. I want to try to get that word index on the tab. Yeah, like that. Perfect. That's going to be cute. I love that one already. Not that I don't love them all, but that one's really cute. So we gotta get the index on the tab part. Cute. Alright, let's sand them down. We've got a few pieces to go. And then we'll just take a look and see how much time we got. Oh, my fingers just got glue on it. It's sticking to the page, it's sticking to the tissue. So be careful with that, like I said before. Okay. You got some funny curves in your thing that you're gluing. Just be careful when you're sanding it. You don't want to lose that, right? Oops. It came up. That's okay. Once we sand it off, we'll glue back down what we need to, right? No big deal. I can do that right now. Just gonna run the glue over it, like that. Press it down. There we go. Back down. All good. Okay, and this little bitty piece right here. Okay, let's tidy this up here. All right, and there's one right there, the one that we collaged. Let's see how this one turns out. I'm really excited to see this one. Now, you don't have to have sandpaper. You can also use an emery board. I forgot to mention that, of course. Most of you guys know that, but for those of you who don't, an emery board works just as good. Grab an old nail file and do the same thing that I'm doing here with sandpaper, which I've done before. I found this sandpaper. The only reason I had sandpaper, and because a lot of times I just refuse to buy something because I know I'll find it eventually at the store. I got the thrift store. They had a little box of these sandpaper strips that I grabbed. Okay, sand that down a little bit. Looks like it came up just a little. That's okay. So I'm just gonna put some more glue on it, just a little bit. Push it out. It'll be fine. Totally fine. Okay, that came out pretty cool. What do you think? I like it. A typeset on it. That's cool. Let's see how the numbers one turned out. Keep those for collaging later, that big piece. Oh, so I'm gonna put a little tap of glue right there. Here we go. Get that edge down. So let's go over here. We have anywhere over here to sand? No. That went right up to the edge. That was good. Here's the tricky part, is where that tab bends. Let's see if we can just push the sandpaper into the crease there. There we go. Got it. That wasn't too difficult. Okay. Ugh. I'm sorry for those of you who don't like the sandpaper noise. Please just mute. Okay, so there's our file folders. Look at those. Those are pretty cool, huh? Love it. Even with the wrinkles that are in it, I think it looks great. And then once they dry, if they do warp a little bit, just run it through your fingers, and you can straighten those out pretty easy. Really like this one. This will look cool with some with like a cluster on it or something. I think some stamping work right up here. I think. All right, here's one I haven't tried before. This is a glassine bag, a glassine envelope that I got off Temu. I guess it's more vellum, or what's the difference between vellum and glassine? Is there like a really big difference? So I'm gonna say this feels more like vellum than the glassine that I've ever messed with. Anyway, so we're gonna try this envelope that I got off Temu, and we could do another collage. Or do I want to use? Ooh, I haven't used this one yet. How about that? And we're just gonna collage the body of it. I'm gonna leave the flap on, and we'll just collage this body part, which might be a little difficult because there's a funky little divot right there. It's real slight, but you can see there's a little bit of a divot right there. So we'll see. So for now, I'm actually going to bend this backwards. It shouldn't be too much of a bother because we're going to fold it frontwards anyway, right? If we're going to use it, and make sure we only decoupage that front piece. Now, here's the tricky part. There is a little bit of the inside of it exposed because of that divot. So I'm going to put a piece of paper book page in there just to make sure we don't glue our envelope shut. Well, it wasn't enough paper. So we don't glue our envelope shut, right? There we go. And let's put the glue on. I've never done one of these before, so I'm kind of just winging it, so go with me on this, okay? Just go with me. Stay with me on it. As I don't know how the glue is going to affect the material either, so we'll just see how it turns out. Okay, let's take this off here. And let's see if we can get this on here fairly straight. I'm really curious to see what it looks like on this material. Okay, now make sure it's all the way to the edge, because I don't want to sand this too much. And I'd rather not break out my scissors if I don't have to. Alright, I'm going to let that one dry a bit. Let's move on to two other ones. I want to get to these wooden ones because these look so cool decoupaged. We'll get that in a second. Got some flashcards. Now, we can pick either side on these. And just because they are, like with the playing cards, they're glossy. So I'm going to run my sandpaper over these as well. Sorry for the noise if that annoys some of you guys. Please mute until you see me finish. Okay, I'm gonna have to get this off. Look at that dust that comes off of there. Follow my fingers. Okay, so we've done the sanding, or letting that other piece dry. And I think numbers might not be a good idea on this one. Do you want to use another napkin that I've got? Let's try another napkin. How about this one? This is really pretty with the butterflies, yeah? Let's try this one. I haven't used it yet. This is kind of thick napkin too. Is it the same on all four panels? Looks like it is. Yeah, same on all four panels. That's cool. I don't know if it's normally like that, but it does make things easier when you want to reuse a pattern over and over, right? Okay, let's open this up. And I just need one quarter panel. I'm gonna cut that. Okay, what are we gonna use? How about the butterfly half on, half off? I think that would be good right there. Okay, let's separate. Find a spot where we can separate it. This always sometimes is a challenge for me. See, to open it up. And I've actually had some napkins that had more than one under layer, and that was a big challenge. This looks like it only has the one. Careful not to tear it. And there we go. All right, let's put some glue down. Okay. Alrighty. Now I want to use that big butterfly kind of half on, half off. So let's go like that, and that gets us with a little blue piece up there in the corner. Oh, this napkin has texture to it too. That's kind of neat. Down here at the bottom, it's got a texture to it. All right, let's let that one dry. And then we'll do this one. We'll use the same one that we cut, but this time I think I'm going to use more of that blue butterfly this time. Yeah. All right, let's see if we can separate it with minimal effort. That one separate. Sometimes this just takes a little bit of patience. Unless you guys know of a better way to separate these guys, I would love to hear it. Here we go. And I want to use more of that blue butterfly this time. So we'll do that. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Beautiful. These flowers on here too. Isn't this pretty? I love the color. All right. So that's few pieces there. Let's start with the glassine bag. And I'm going to take out these glue pages. Can I even? No, I can't. It's stuck to the glue. See, if I had to put that in there, it would have been stuck to the envelope. So I'm going to kind of try to tear these out very carefully. Here we go. Okay. And then we can pull these out, I hope. There we go. And the other one. Okay. Let's just take our sandpaper to it real ginger-like. Ooh, sorry, that noise is probably going to drive some of you guys nuts. It's really loud, isn't it? And I don't want to sand off the flap, so I'm going to put my finger in here to open it up a little bit. Okay, there we go. So with these, we have to be really careful. Make sure to keep our finger in there, or something to keep it separated as we're sanding off the excess. Or if you're cutting off the excess, just be super careful. Okay, we got off all the excess we can get off of that one. Let me grab this corner. That seems to be a little bit of something still left in there. There we go. Got it. All right. Let's try the rest of this again, being very ginger, not to go through the vellum or glassine or whatever it is. I forgot I even had these envelopes. So I started looking for things to decoupage. I went through one of my old boxes. I was like, I totally forgot that I had these. These are so cute. They look great in folios and journals. Especially with a little decoupage on them. A little design, a little napkin, a little tissue paper, a little collage in, whatever. Or just leave them plain. They're really pretty to see what's inside through the envelope. It's kind of cool too. Alright, we are almost done with this piece. Alright, we're done. Yeah, let's see how this turned out. Looks like I tore it a little bit right there. That's okay. We can put some boo-boo tape on that and be totally fine. For those of you who don't know what boo-boo tape, what I mean by that, I think it's a phrase coined by Margaret from Seven Plaza, and I haven't been able to stop using the term itself. But it's the TIm Holtz cello tape, right? And also, speaking of Seven Plaza, she also, I think she did this for us because those of us who use TIm Holtz on a regular basis know that it's outside of his control normally, but people or his vendors will discontinue things. I would hope that they won't discontinue the cello tape. The cello tape, as popular as I know it's been, they wouldn't be silly enough to discontinue that. But Margaret has given us an option. She has come up with her own cello tape that you can print out on sticker paper, and go check that out. I'll put the link to that in the description below. Hopefully I'll remember. But if I don't, make a note. Go to her Kofi site, and I'll have that link in the description below, and look up her tape. She made in different colors. Our own cello tape, so we'll never have to worry about it being discontinued. We've always got the genius that is Margaret from Seven Plaza. So Margaret, thank you from the bottom of my heart for thinking of that kind of genius thinking of doing that for us. But moving on. So that came out pretty cool, right? I like that. That came out really nice. Let's check out our flashcards, and then we'll get to the wooden tag, which I love doing those. Those come out so neat. Okay, just like normal, just get the sander on it and go to town. Get that stuff off. These are coming off in big enough pieces we can probably use these in a collage, on a collage piece, if I could speak. Collage piece, yeah? Oh, that's pretty, you guys. Look at that. This one has a hole in it, so I'll just take a hole punch and then probably a pencil. Actually, we'll just do it right now. Punch through it, boom. Oh, that noise. Just rub through there. And then sand off the excess like that. And then boom, there you go. Now this, you can also put some backing, like coffee dye paper on the back, sew it on there, and you got your journal card. Yeah? Or a tag, however you want to actually cut this. Or leave it as it is. It's already got a hole in it, so you put a dangle on it. Right? That's what I plan. That's what I'm going to do with it. So I'll probably use these as some sort of tag or journal card, obviously. I don't know. It just kind of depends on where I'm going to put it. I've got some new creations that I'm going to be putting in the store soon. I'm going to go ahead and show them to you, as I'm not done creating all the ephemera for the inside, all the journal cards and tags, but I do want to get them up into the store sooner than later. I think one's a brown steampunk, like the traditional steampunk colors, in browns and golds and bronzes. And it was a lot bigger than the blue one that we did together. So that one's going up, and I have a shabby junk journal, particularly junk journal, going up. It's a little chunky monkey, so if you're not into the chunky monkey thing, be aware that it is a chunky monkey. For those of you who like chunky monkey, you're gonna love it. And I just put on the closure for it, which I did. I never did like I've seen, what is her name? I can't think of her name off the top of my head. What is it? Genevieve Designs. I've seen her do it on one of her albums where she just took little bull clips, like these clips, and put them to the edge, the front and back cover, and then tied or attached a chain or some lace. So that's what I did with this one. It came out really pretty. So it does have a closure that's not just a wraparound closure. Alright, that looks nice. What do you think? Pretty, huh? Those are pretty cool. Alright, now let's move these pieces off to the side. Let's do these wooden ones. These are so cool. I'm going to actually cut these off. I got these, and I believe they still have them because I bought some more recently. But I did still have them, or my local Hobby Lobby had them, up here in Marietta, Georgia, for those of you who are in Georgia. They had these in the party aisle. I guess for like seat tags or whatever. That's where I found these. But these look so cool, like decoupaged. I love them. Does this piece fit? Let's do this piece right here. We'll do a number 1. So let's do that now. We'll do that one in numbers. So we got pieces laying around. I did this one with and I can't find that roll. It's the what do you call birds? The science of it. Is it herpology? Or whatever. It's the one that has all the birds in the garden on it. And I used that on one of these, and it just came out gorgeous. I think I put it in somebody else's journal already, or I would show it to you. But it came out beautiful with those birds on it. The colors, ugh, please. So let's do one with a colored napkin. So we did the one black and white. So let's do that one we've already done. How about ooh, this is pretty. Kind of an older color combination here, but I like it, so I'll find that. I got this set. Where did I get this? This is party in the bag, but I think I got these off Temu as well. It's where I usually buy my napkins. They get so many for so cheap. As of right now, till our tariffs go into play. Yay. Hopefully that won't affect those of us who still shop at Temu too much. But we'll see. I don't have an opinion on those either way, because I'm not political person and I don't like to discuss them. I think that's a private matter for everybody, and I don't think people should be obligated to discuss their politics, so we're not going to. Anyway, I'm just hoping these tariff things work out for the better, for the best, for everybody involved. We'll see. Anyway, so we're gonna separate it. Ugh, I said I was on top of politics and I almost started it. Separate these. There we go. And I think I'm gonna use the pink side here. Yeah. And this has got some grooves in it, so you're going to want to make sure to get that glue in there really good. So it grabs. You want it to grab. And we'll use this pink side. Like so. Oop, careful. Let's get it off the glue before it tears it. All right, now go back to our sandpaper and just sand it off. Okay. And there we go. Look at that. Isn't that cool? It has a hole in it, so you can poke a hole in it with your pokey tool, and it all works just fine. I don't have one near me, but either way, use a pen. Just poke it through there. Boom. Done. Here you go. Here's your tag. Cool, right? Really cool on the wooden ones. It takes really well. This is what I like too. Here. This one's sanding off really easy. Look at that was simple. Oh, that looks cute. Let's poke our hole in. If we can find it, there it is. And there's your hole. 2 tags, boom, done. It took us like seconds, right? That looks cute, right? You put this on the cover. If you want to, you could glue some coffee paper to the back and make it a card. Put a dangle on it, whatever. But these are great. I love these. These are just super cute. All right, you guys. So we are at about time. So let's go what we made and take a look at what we did. I think we did a lot. You know, we did 2 of these, the wooden tags. Came out really great. We did a glassine vellum envelope. Came out nice. Here. I think it looks cool in the back. Look at that. Beautiful. We did some pre-cut, die-cut file folders with TIm Holtz. We did a collage piece with just scraps. And then these 2 came out great. This one's going to look really cool. I want to stamp that one for some places. Those came out great. So that's 1, 2, 3. It's 6 pieces. some Dollar Tree envelopes, 8 pieces, a couple bingo cards, one half on, half off, right? That's cool. This is a playing card we did, another playing card, and then 2 flashcards here, right? So how many pieces was that? That's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14. We made 15 pieces in an hour, and put these in your stash. You know, you can decorate them however you wanted. If you want to, or you want to leave them as bases and grab them when you need them and start decorating them. They look great with like the paper dolls, or just some stickers, some 3D stickers, some stamp work would look great on some of these. Anything your little heart desires can go on these, and they would just totally add to it. So thank you guys for watching, and if you want, I will show you one of the bingo cards that I did real quick, since we're running out of time. Oh. Sorry, I forgot where I put them. I've been organizing it and using these box storage things to store my ephemera in that I got from Joann's. I got these at Halloween, but they're magnetic lids, and it's where I store a lot of my stuff. So let me see, did I put the bingo cards in this one? No, that's tags. I have a box of for journaling cards. It's another one box. You know, so it's great to store. You can store them up this, this way, so you just grab them off the shelf versus having to stack them on top of each other. But yeah, here's some bingo cards that I decoupaged. Let me see, I know I got some in here. Here's one. Is that one? No. Yep, here we go. So I decoupaged this one, and then I used the buttons as the little chips on bingo. But yeah, you see in the background, there's the Eiffel Tower, the one that we used. With some lace tape, butterflies that I did with some paper chompers. A little bit of stamp work there, of course. And the buttons are really cute. Got bingo on my card. Instead of putting, so we got a dangle on it here. And instead of putting a tab on it, I used the little clips to attach to the page. See? There's quite a few of those bingo cards. That was on my debut for bingo and buttons. So I've seen those. But yeah, that's how you can decorate some. Or not. Like I said, leave them as bases. And grab them when you need them. And decorate them how you want. They came out really great. You can do, like I said, this is also going to be a mass make too, right? We did 15. I think that considers it a mass make. But yeah, all right, you guys. Hope you guys had fun, and thanks so much for joining me on my channel again. It's great to see those of you who are here, my new subscribers. Thank you so much for joining us. We're gonna have fun this next few months. I think I got some really cool ideas that I want to show you guys. And if you are new and you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button and the bell. You'll get notified anytime I upload new content. I've got some stuff for those of you guys, our Kofi site. I've got some stuff that I'm going to be uploading for you guys, for more free ephemera for you guys. So be on the lookout for that. And also go check out our Etsy store. See if there's anything in there that might tickle your fancy. Or if there's anything you'd like to see in there, let us know in the comments. Let us know also in the comments which of these was your favorite. We'd love to hear from you. And that is the best way to help our channel, is to interact with our videos. We do have, if you'd like to support our channel through donation, we do have a donation site on our Kofi page where you can buy us a coffee. All donations go towards anything we need for junk drawing supplies. Right now, we are saving to get our printer fixed again. So those of you who have been with me for a while knew I had a printer problem a long time ago. And one of my crafty friends helped me out and bought a bunch of things from the store and let me buy a new printer. Well, I bought an Epson EcoTank 2800. I didn't know that once the ink pad, the waste ink pad fills, you can no longer print. And you cannot actually just buy an ink pad. You have to call Epson for them to ship you and send you one, or I'm not even sure. I'd have to call the number. So right now I am dead in the water. No printing. I can't even print shipping labels right now. So I'm probably going to have to, until I get it fixed, close my shop for temporarily until I can be able to print. Unless I can print like at the local UPS store or something, I'm gonna have to do that. 'Cause I do have an order that's sitting, that's ready to go, but I can't print the little shipping label, so I'm gonna have to find a place to print it. Hopefully I can do the UPS store. But anyway, I may have to put a temporary hold on it until I get my printer fixed. So if you guys see the store is closed, just know it's still only temporary until I get my printer situation figured out. I'm so irritated with printer issues that I'm like, screw it, to buy another one, but I can't afford that. So I don't know how long it's going to take. I can't call Epson until obviously a business day, so it won't be until tomorrow until I speak to someone, and then I have to order the part, and it has to get here, so it's probably going to be another week before I can actually print. But in the meantime, I did make a bunch more of my flip-flop folios, and I'll be putting up those in the store probably today or tomorrow. So be on the lookout for those. And again, until I can figure out my printing thing, I can't ship any shipping labels. It's so irritating. Ugh. Anyway, I had fun in this video. I hope you guys did too. And I will see you guys soon in the next video. Talk to you then. Bye.